Hello there, this is RomWills coming back at you with yet another video. Don't be the settled for man. The settled for man. And basically that just means the woman is settling for you. You don't want to be that guy. You need to be that number one guy in her eyes. And that's especially if we're talking about marrying that woman or even being in a long-term relationship. Don't be the one that she's settling for. Don't be the one who she couldn't get with Mr. Goodbar or that other guy that she's looking for. Don't be that man who's just getting her there. That woman that you chasing down, first of all. That you chasing down. Because first of all, if you chasing her too hard, she really don't want you. She really does not want you. See, you don't want to be that guy. Because see, here's the problem. If she settles for you, it might be cool for a little bit, but then a few years later, she might not want to have sex with you. She ain't your wife or even your girlfriend. She your roommate if y'all living together. Because she ain't gonna really want you. That's the type of woman, like I always have that my bad joke, but let's just be serious now. Those are the type of women who would cheat the quickest. They don't really want the man. They might want the man, they might settle for him if they can't get what they want. But what happens if the man they want makes himself available? I remember I knew this guy, he was a player. He was a player. And I remember this one woman was running around doing all this stuff for him. But then I remember this same woman was hanging around with this other guy. And I was just like, wait, what the heck? And he told me she had been dealing with that other guy for 3 years, but as soon as the player guy showed some interest, all of a sudden the woman was going for him. In fact, that happens a lot. That happens a lot with women. See, a woman, she can want whoever. She can want whoever. That don't mean she gonna get whoever. And a lot of times, you get a lot of women, for whatever reason, they don't get the man they really want. But, for whatever reason, they want to get married or have somebody, or that biological clock might be ticking or something like that. And then they'll just have that guy who's just around them. They don't really want him. He's like number 5 on the list. They couldn't get the first 4. So she's settling for him. And the guy might think he doing something. But deep down, the guy know he wasn't the main one. He knew it was a couple years before he got her. Like I remember this one guy, he was dealing with this woman. He was supposedly had a baby with the woman. Looking back, if I could go back in time, I would say, hey, you need to like do a paternity test. And he said he specifically said this woman was getting with all these guys. He knew it. But then finally got with him because he wanted her so badly. I was like, well, one, he probably needed to get that paternity test for the child. 2, he probably need to double back home one day. Because that might not be his child. In fact, that happens a lot. Just with that paternity thing. Because a lot of times a woman, she'll deal with that guy she's settling for. But the baby come out, it really ain't his. Because, the guy she really wanted, he might tap it or something. He might tap it or she might be cheating or something. It's something. Like when women, even when they use that term, settle. It's like, you settling? Like every time a woman needs to be with you, it needs to be, she feel like she is being lifted up. She needs to feel like you bringing her to another level. She needs to feel like that's a great thing. Because think about the word settle. You just settling for it. It ain't what you wanted, but you settling for it. Do you want to be that guy that a woman is settling for? Because like when I'm known for talking about select and non-select, there are a lot of women who will marry a non-select guy. That's because they can't get to the select man. But then they not going to get the same things. There's a lot of sexless marriages out there. A sexless marriage when they might have sex less than 12 times a year. And there's a whole lot of them. There's a whole lot of them. There's a whole lot of women cheating on their men. If a woman really, the best way for a man not to be cheated on is for him to be that man she wants to be with. She going to do everything for. That's the best way. That don't mean she's still not going to cheat. But if a man is somebody she settled for, oh, it's not a question whether or not she's going to cheat. It's when and where she's going to do it. Because she don't really want that guy. In fact, you got a lot of divorces. A lot of divorces when women are divorcing a man. Like I had a mentor, may he rest in peace, and he was telling me his cousin was a divorce attorney. And he said these women be putting his cousin, the divorce attorney, on a retainer 2 or 3 years before they actually get a divorce. The women are already looking for a way out if they settling. You don't want to be that second place man. And if you ever get the feeling that you are, or you chasing that woman too much, like, no. Now, like, if you just want to just have that sex with her regardless, because there are some guys who will still do that, okay, but then if you're talking about like a relationship, you talking even a marriage, you got to always wonder about that. Because I've seen that over the years. I've seen some woman would settle for some guy and they'll even get married. But then see him years later, say, hey, how that guy doing? Oh, we divorced. And the woman to get with this other guy. And I've seen some stuff. I've seen some stuff. And I've said that before. Most women aren't with the man that they really want to be with. You know? So you don't want to be that guy who she's selling for. You don't want to be that. If you have a feeling that's it, she ain't really your woman. You want to be with a woman who wants to be with you, who's going to be in cooperation with your operation, who feels like she ain't settling with you, that you want to be with a woman got a prize. There's so much stuff about a prize, but you want her to feel like she got a prize in you, that you're raising her up, that you're making her life better. Because if a woman settles with a man, think about it, she ain't feeling like he's the best choice, just the only choice at that moment, just from where she is. But she's always going to want it. Like you get some women, they might settle for a guy and, you know, they might be unattractive at first, but then there have been plenty of women who will fix up, maybe lose weight, become more attractive. All of a sudden, they getting some attention from some other guys, boom. And there's plenty of women who will do that. When they settle for a man, and they might deal with him for that little bit, but as soon as they start getting attention from some other men, oh, they gonna take it. They gonna take it. Like don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. If you feel like you in that type of relationship or that woman selling for you, like I said, if you just want that sex that badly, but you can't be in a relationship with her, and definitely don't put a ring on her finger. And you know, it is what it is. Think enough about yourself that you want a woman who's seeing you as her best choice. Her best choice. In fact, I'm gonna tell you what, and maybe I'll talk about that another time. It's not a bad thing to win over a woman who plenty of guys want, because that means that you're her best. But see, you got a lot of women, they don't have a really good choice of men, so they're going to take who they can get. So there's something to always think about, all right? But don't be that man. Don't be settled for, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for right now. I'll get back with you. Peace.